Hello folks, Simon here. Welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition here on Nintendo Switch. Now we're going to be picking up where we left off after episode 1. But before we do that, I do just want to let you guys know that I do live stream over on Twitch. Now, I do try and differentiate between my Twitch content and my YouTube content. So this Xenoblade series is only taking place on YouTube. And likewise, there is content that I'm streaming on Twitch for Final Fantasy VII Remake right now, which is not really available on YouTube, although I might upload some clips from time to time. But anyway, guys, I'll leave a link to Twitch down in the description. So, we're going to leave Dunban's house with Fiora and take part in our first story quest. So, we're going to meet up with Dixon here, it seems.
I just thought I'd take Shulk some food. I'm on my way to the lab.
Shulk's not there right now.
Really?
I just sent him out to get some fresh air. You know where he'll have gone.
Outlet Park.
That's the one.
Okay. Thanks, Dixon.
Yeah, so if you remember, at the end of the last episode, we just prepared some lunch to take to Shulk. We're now in control of Fiora, of course. So Shulk is located in the park. Now, because this is a story quest, we are going to see that on the map. So we literally just need to head over to the destination itself in order to find Shulk. Now, in order to make that easier, one thing you can do when you're progressing between various objectives is just knock in the left analog stick. Just click that and then you'll bring up the map in a larger form so that you can see the path a little bit more precisely than you can on the mini-map. So what we're going to do is just start following the yellow line, which means we're going to head out of the main entrance of Colony 9. I've just been watching a film called District 9. Good film, by the way. And then we're going to head south down here. So again, you can go ahead and slaughter some of the wildlife that you'll find along the way if you want to get a little bit of experience. But for the purposes of this video, and the fact it's not really needed all that much to grind right now, I'm not going to bother. So we're just going to make our way all the way over to the story destination, which is, as you can see, just a little bit south here, and it's going to be overlooking Colony 9, which means we need to make our way up these steps. Even though you don't need to kill enemies, it's not really out the way to grab the ingredients and reagents that are scattered around the place, so I will go ahead and do that. And we're just going to continue following the path here, and up here, and around here. You can take a brief break if you want to check out the beautiful vista, but there's not really a whole lot to see from here, is there? Just a bit of a paddling pool down below. Okay, so just at the top, as sunrise begins to set, we'll be greeted with another cutscene with Fiora and Shulk.
The Monado. It's the only sword that's effective against the Mechon armor. They say that before time began, it was wielded by the Bionis. The same Bionis that we all live on. It must have a secret. That's how Dunban was able to destroy so many Mechon. And why he lost the use of his right arm. If I can just unlock the secret of its power.
Shulk!
Fiora! This is great. It tastes so good.
Really?
It's amazing.
Oh, Shulk, you say that every day.
Not quite. It's always delicious, but today it's amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. I used some special herbs and spices today. So if you said it was just the same as usual, I'd know for sure you had no sense of taste.
What?
Oh, nothing. The breeze feels so good.
Yeah. I'd forgotten what it feels like. I never thought it could be so quiet here.
You're spending too much time with Reyn. You're getting used to all the noise he makes.
Yeah, maybe.
It's so peaceful. You know, Shulk, I hope every day can be like this, always.
Huh? The debris siren.
Strange. There hasn't been much falling lately.
There might be more on the way. The anti-air batteries can't protect us out here. Let's get back to the lab.
Okay.
Ah, young love. Well, it seems there's a debris siren in Colony 9, and it's been activated, which means there's stuff falling from the sky. So, yeah, time to head back now. But I believe we're going to be getting some more tutorials at this point, if I remember correctly. So let's just go ahead and say okay to this. This just means that we've completed the story quest, delivering food. A nice easy quest to get us going. And yeah, here are some tutorials. So the first of which teaches us about affinity cries. Now this will help us out in various situations when we're in battle. And what we need to do is there's going to be like a timer thing that comes down on the screen. And if we time it right when we tap the B button on the controller, then we get to help our allies from various situations, such as preventing them from being toppled, for example. So just try and get those timings right, because one of the things that's going to do, apart from aiding them there and there at that particular moment, it's going to give a permanent boost to affinity between those two party members, which is a really good thing, and affinity is going to be useful for a lot of reasons, especially as we get further into the game. So for now, just focus on the fact that we want to build up affinity between all the party members as much as possible. Okay, and then we just get some information on how to do that, so I'll talk about it more as we get a little bit further into the game and we actually get the choice to use those affinity cries. And then next up we have a bit of info on heart-to-hearts. Now heart-to-hearts will be scattered up all over the place, and you can tell a heart-to-heart by the icon that you can see there on the tutorial screen, and they'll just be around in the field. Now just because a heart-to-heart is there, you might not be able to use it. So if you approach it and try and activate it and it doesn't work, then you'll know you need to come back later. Preferably when you've got higher affinity between various party members that are involved in the heart-to-heart. So finally then, we get information on the fact that we can switch party leaders, and that means that we can control that person both in battle and also in the field, instead of whoever we were controlling previously. So in order to do this, what we're going to do is head over to the main menu, and then if we go down to party here, so right now we have Fiora as party leader. If we want Shulk to be party leader, we hold down the confirm button on him and then move him across like that. Okay, so if we want Fiora to be party leader, we don't need to hold it down. We just tap confirm on Fiora, move her over to Shulk's position, and then tap again. See, really easy, really simple. So we'll keep Shulk as party leader for the time being. And here we can see a heart-to-heart. So we'll go ahead and examine this, and again we'll get some tutorial stuff, which we can go ahead and view the heart-to-heart then. So this is one that we can do immediately, even without building up affinity, as I say, just because it's part of the tutorial. Hey Shulk, you remember that time we watched the sunrise right here? It was when we were quite young. Yeah, I remember. We came because... And now we get a choice, and it's important we select the right choices here, because if we don't, we're going to lose out on affinity. So what we're going to do is select you and Dumban for the first choice here. And you can see we got an affinity boost for that. You had a big falling out. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Really, it had nothing to do with you. But I still dragged you out and made you stay up all night. I'm glad we did it, even though it was only that one time. We talked for hours and hours about all our hopes and dreams. And then you fell asleep on my arm as we looked up at the stars. Oh no! What is it? Oh, Shulk. I have this terrible feeling I said something really embarrassing. Like, I wanted to get married? Shulk, you don't remember what I said back then? Right, and now we get another choice, and this time we're going to select the kind of option. This will give us maximum affinity boost for this heart-to-heart. I can't quite put my finger on it. Hold on, I know I'll get it. Don't worry. No need to remember, forget I even brought it up. Anyway, that's the end of that conversation. Let's talk about something else. Okay, whatever you say, Fiora. Yes, I think I pulled it off. He doesn't suspect a thing. I hope he remembers one day. But for now, It's just a bit too embarrassing. And there we have it, a good introduction to Hearts. So because you selected the choices I told you about, you would have got the maximum affinity boost. And on top of that, we also get an experience gain for completing the Heart as well. Very nice, eh? And now if we bring up the main map, we can see we've got quite a path to travel to reach our next destination. But fortunately, we can use this as a great time to test out the fast travel system in Xenoblade Chronicles. Now to do this, we're going to access the map from the main menu. So go to the main menu and select area maps. And right now the only item in area list is Colony 9, of course. So we're going to select Colony 9. And what we're going to do is go ahead and, well, I'll just show you first of all. You can select any of these items here in order to fast travel, which is, of course, really, really useful. You can also scroll down to see some that are currently outside of the list because they're, you know, further down to scroll. And Outlook Park is where we are currently located. And you can see we've got the red story icon located next to the weapon development lab. And if we go to Fortress entrance here, then we'll be able to get really, really close to that. So that's pretty much how the fast travel system in this game works. So let's go ahead and skip straight to there. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So you can do that pretty much at any point. There are a few times you're locked out from using fast travel, but as you're pretty much, you know, just exploring and what have you, then you can go ahead and use it at your leisure. So it's a great system. It was present on the Wii version as well, so it's not like a new addition to the definitive version, but it is a nice thing to use. So what we're going to do now is head back over to the weapons development lab, and we can see that, I think that's Reyn, is it? Yes, there, waiting for us. See what he's got to say for himself.
Reyn, what are you doing?
Shulk. No, I'm just.
Yeah, that seemed like a bad idea there, Reyn.
Goodness.
Fiora, are you okay?
I'm fine.
It's broken.
What? What do you mean it's broken? Don't you care about me? I could have died.
You're not hurt, are you? The Monado can't cut people. More importantly, what were you thinking, Reyn?
Sorry, I came to ask a favor, but you weren't here. And I saw the Monado and...
I know I'm here a lot, but even I need fresh air sometimes. Is your body still feeling numb? We have to be very careful with the Monado. It's not a toy.
I know, man. I just wanted to touch it. Didn't know it would do that. Sorry. But is it true? The Monado really can't cut people?
The pattern in that circle. Or maybe it's a symbol. I think it shows which power the Monado has at the moment.
You think it's a symbol?
Well, if I can find a way to increase the number of symbols, I should.
I'm sure that's all very clever. But why were you more worried about a machine than me, Shulk?
Well, I just explained why.
That's not the point.
Sorry.
Look at you, worthless without the Monado.
Until I've scrapped each and every one of you!
So, of course I want to get my revenge.
Your blade, it did not cut deep enough.
Interesting, eh? Yes, I would say this sword has some properties that we're not yet familiar with, for sure.
What on Bionis happened there?
Reyn, Fiora.
Are you okay? Does it hurt?
No. Reyn, when you held the Monado, did you see anything?
You know, like a blue blade made of light came out. Same as just now.
I don't mean that. A feeling like time had stopped, and then...
Time had stopped.
So, was it only me who saw that?
That sounds strange. Is it another Monado thing?
Who knows? Anyway, no matter how good a sword it is, that's what happens when you hold it. Looks like Dunban really is the only one who can use it.
I won't let my brother use it ever again. Not after what it did to him.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
Anyway, the point is I'm fine. To be honest, this has happened a few times before. I've been researching the Monado for a long time.
Shulk, don't act as if this is nothing.
Look, don't worry about it. Anyway, Reyn, what did you want to ask me about?
Oh, yeah. Old Squaretash has gone and put me on punishment duty. Fancy tagging along?
Punishment? The Colonel was pretty angry today. Did he hit you?
Well, whether he hit me is neither here nor there, really. Although, actually, he did end up hitting me. And that ain't all. He made me do 1,000 squats and sit-ups.
Whoa, nasty.
Yeah. And now I have to go all the way to the Magmel ruins and back.
So you have to go and collect the ether cylinders?
That's the one. They're used to power the mobile artillery. Looks like the damage has been repaired. They can't move without the ether energy. And it seems like the fueling station's all out of stock.
Is the mobile artillery that big machine that crashed in the residential district?
Yeah, probably.
You know your way around there, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with you.
Yeah, knew you would.
Hold on. The Magmel ruins are in Tephra Cave, right? I heard that there's a Mel lizard nest there. I couldn't take it if anything happened to Shulk. He's delicate. Not like you, Reyn.
What are you on about?
I'll be fine. I can take care of myself.
But...
Okay, I got it. I'll make you a promise. Shulk won't even get a scratch.
a promise doesn't mean much coming from you.
She don't trust me at all.
Nah, she doesn't mean it.
Right then, so after that fairly lengthy cutscene, we've now got access to a party. So this is a party of 2 members, Shulk and Reyn, and we also have a destination, which is the cave dungeon that we're going to need to go to in order to access the Magmel ruins. And the reason we need to do that is it's punishment duty for Reyn in order to appease the Colonel. So he needs to go and get some ether cores, and we are, of course, talking about Shulk here, going to be kind enough to help him. Now, there's a couple of things worth noting. First of all, we actually have the ability to access character arts from the menu. And not only that, but we can also level them up. So, on top of leveling up our arts, we can also access our skill trees. Now, skill trees in Xenoblade Chronicles are not all that complicated, but we do still have some choices to make. So, it's worth very briefly just talking about those. And I do mean briefly because we're not going to be doing a whole lot with them right now. But you can see we've got 3 skill trees here per character, and right now we are leveling up the integrity skill tree for Shulk. So we're going to actually keep it on this one for now and start learning some of these abilities. And if we want to see other party members' trees, then we can just tap the L or R button. So here's Reyn's trees, and the default is to level up Spirit, and again we are going to stick with that. Now there's another option there, skill links, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. In fact, I think they're locked out right now. Yes, they are. Okay, right, next up then, we have arts, the extra thing that's just been added to the menu as well. And this allows us to access the skills we can use in battle. So we've already experimented with some of these when fighting, such as backslash. Now, you remember backslash is that ability that does extra damage when you're behind an enemy. So yeah, we can now level up these abilities. In order to do so, we'll just tap ZR, and you can see that we're going to require AP. Now, AP is earned through battles, and you can see it's going to require 200 AP, for example, to level up backslash. And we don't have 200 AP yet. We've only got 141. So we need to fight more enemies. There's also other abilities here that we can use in combat, other arts. And you can see as well they have different colours. So backslash and slit edge are both red icons. That indicates they are of the same family of arts. And that's going to come in useful for various reasons later on. And Light Heal, you can see, which is a nice healing ability, is a blue-coloured icon. So there's going to be other arts that also have blue-coloured icons that are not Light Heal, and they're going to be part of the same family as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on as well. And also, of course, we can switch over to Reyn and see his art, but again, we don't have enough AP to level them up. Okay then, so with that done, we can pretty much head out. But don't forget, we do have a fast travel system, so it makes perfect sense to use it. So what we're going to do is head down to area maps here, and we're going to go to Colony 9 and fast travel over to main entrance. So this is the closest we can get to the Tephra cave without actually having to run there. Although we do have to run there, but this is the closest we can get there. So yeah, all we have to do at this point really is just follow the yellow trail. Again, you can kill some enemies along the way, but I'm going to skip out on those for the time being, though I probably will be killing quite a bit in the cave once we actually get there. Now, the cave isn't too far away, fortunately, and again, the enemies around here are not going to aggro you, particularly just by getting close to them. Although you can see there's a couple of different icons on some of them. And there we have a new location as well, Tephra Hill. So there's going to be multiple locations as we progress through the world of Xenoblade Chronicles, and we want to try and discover all of them eventually. And don't forget as well that once you discover all of the locations in a specific area, as we did in Colony 9, then you actually unlock the complete map for that area as well, which is helpful, along with fast travel and all of that good stuff. So just continue following the trail here. It's very simple, and we're almost there. Don't forget you can bring the map up larger. If you do get a little bit lost or just want to see how much further it is to your destination, just by tapping the left analog stick, but there's really no need to. You know, this is just a chilling moment, isn't it, in Xenoblade, as we progress through here. And I hope you guys are enjoying the game so far. I know it's been fairly easy up until this point, but it does get tougher. This is really the moment where we are just learning the various systems. And as I mentioned in the last episode, you know, some of the battle systems and gameplay systems in this game are very complicated, which is why it's important to be introduced to them, you know, to each of those systems over a gradual basis rather than all at once. And even so, you're probably still going to get confused and not understand things fully in terms of how combat works. But as you know, practice it and get used to it more, then it is going to come a little bit more natural to you. It's going to start making more sense, and you'll soon discover just how powerful the mechanics are in this game and just how fun they are to use. But once we reach this point, we will get to the next landmark, which is the Tephra Cave entrance. And this will take us into our very first dungeon, which we are going to leave for episode 3. So thank you so much, guys, for sticking around and joining me for this particular episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying Xenoblade Chronicles. If you're still a little bit unsure about whether you want to get this game or not, then please do stick around a little bit longer. You know, I think if you're a fan of Japanese role-playing games, then you can't go wrong here, really. It's so much fun. But obviously, you know, I can't speak for all of you guys. You've got to decide that for yourself. But I'm going to continue on with this series, so please do come and join me and stick around if you wish to do so. And don't forget to check out my Twitch streaming channel as well, where I'm playing some other games at the moment also. But that's it for me for today. See you next time. Goodbye, everybody.